today. For those of you watching at home on YouTube or through another one of our links, feel free to let me know if you have questions afterwards. My email is jodym@ludington.org, and I'll connect you with your Community Foundation rep or your local College Access Network coordinator. So today we have with us from Manistee Community Foundation, Hannah Rodriguez, and she is the program officer there, and she's also the Lunch Manistee coordinator. We also have with us Andrea Large, who's the executive director of the Community Foundation for Mason County. And we have Danielle Siegel, who's the scholarship coordinator, among other things, at the Community Foundation for Oceana County. So we're going to start off today with a short presentation from Manistee County, and then we'll be followed by Mason County and Oceana County. If you have questions at any time, for those of you who are here with us today, feel free to ask those either during the presentation by unmuting yourself, or at the end, we'll have time for a Q&A. So Hannah, I'm going to hand it over to you to share about what Manistee County has to offer.
All right, thank you, Jody. So as Jody mentioned, my name is Hannah Rodriguez, and I serve in the role of Program Officer with the Manistee County Community Foundation. And within that role, I do many things, but mostly I coordinate all of our youth and education programs and initiatives, including the Launch Manistee Network that Jody mentioned, which is our local college access network here in Manistee. Also coordinate our scholarship programs, our Youth Advisory Council, and our Manistee Commitment Scholarship Program. So I really have the pleasure of getting to work with a lot of youth in Manistee County and ensuring that they have the education and other opportunities available to them that are really going to help them grow and succeed and benefit our future. So I feel very grateful to be able to do that work every day. A little bit of background on the Community Foundation. Our purpose, like many other community foundations, is to enhance the quality of life in Manistee County now and in the future. And we do that by providing leadership to achieve community change, by making grants that address community needs, and that includes our scholarship programs, and by building community endowment, which is really about growing resources to achieve the first two things that I mentioned. We hold 14 different scholarship funds, each with a unique purpose and eligibility criteria, and we award about $100,000 in scholarships each year on average. While we have a common application, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, we really encourage those interested in applying to review our funds so you can learn more about the generous donors who've made these opportunities possible. And I'll show you where you can do that in a moment as well. A little bit about our application process. We have a common application that can be completed online, and it includes all the information we need to determine which scholarships applicants are eligible for. It includes demographic information, information about your activities and experiences, and multiple essay questions for us to get to know you better. Our scholarship application opens on January 1st of every year, and it closes on March 1st. So there's still a couple of months before our application window opens. So you all are getting a jump on this information now. And we work really closely with all of our school partners and other youth serving organizations to ensure that students and families are aware of the application process and have the support they need in completing that. So I'm going to show you our website here momentarily, but I wanted to also share a few helpful tips that I think not only apply to our application process, but are also really helpful to any application that you might be applying to. The first one is complete your FAFSA. FAFSA completion is required for our scholarship, and it's really important to our process because most of our scholarships are need-based. So be sure and complete that important step. And it is important to be eligible for any state or federal support that you might receive. It's also a requirement of many institutional scholarships and other private scholarships as well. So a quick plug for that. Jody was probably going to mention it later, but I'm going to mention it here. Watch for our upcoming series on financial aid that's being put on again by the Mason, Oceana, and Manistee College Access Networks. That is coming in November, and we are going to help you figure out your FAFSA and some of those other financial aid pieces. Some other tips for completing scholarship applications, including really taking your time. Make sure, with our application, you have 2 months to complete it. Get started early, but take your time in filling it out. There might be some information that you don't have right away that you need to gather. So make sure you get an early start and take your time getting it done. Read all instructions carefully. Make sure you do that with any scholarship you're applying for. It's very, very crucial to make sure that you are eligible, that you have all the information that you need, and that you know what it is you're applying for. And then review your application checklist. We provide you with a checklist that's available right on our application, so you can always stay up to date. But for many applications, it might be more than just filling out the form itself. You may need to include a reference letter or include your student aid report from your FAFSA, send your transcript. So make sure you're paying attention to all of those pieces that are required. And then with our application, we only require one essay question to be completed, but we have 4 that are available to you. And we really encourage applicants to review and consider all of those essay questions because they're really what helps us get to know you better and know what it is you're about. This is your opportunity to really brag about yourself, to talk about the things that you've accomplished. And it's super helpful to our selection committee to know more about who you are. So I wanted to quickly share my screen so that I can show you where to get more information about our scholarship. So I'm going to do that here. Give me just a second. So if you go to our website, let me go home quick, which is manisteefoundation.org, you will see at the very bottom of the page a quick link to our scholarship application. Because our scholarship is not open yet, this information is not fully up to date, but it will be. And as you can see, our current cycle is now closed, but it will open again on January 1st of 2021. Within this page, you can see our eligibility requirements, which are important to review. You can look at our list of scholarship funds, which again, we encourage you to do and to understand. As I mentioned, we do have a common scholarship applications, but there are a couple of scholarship funds that require some additional information. So make sure you review that. And if you are interested in applying for one of those or are eligible, the CALVA Community and Finnish Heritage Scholarship Fund is an example. Make sure you pay attention to the additional information that's required. Also at the bottom, you'll find the link where you can go to apply. Again, the application is not open now, but it will be January 1st. And then one of my favorite pieces is down at the very bottom, we have a scholarship application guide. And so again, this will be updated when we get ready to open our 2021 scholarship. But this covers a lot of the information I'm sharing right now, goes into a bit more detail, talks a little bit about our eligibility criteria. It shares some tips about our scholarship application in particular, and lets you know who you can contact, which for us, if you have any questions, you can reach us at scholarships@manisteefoundation.org, or you can call us at 231-723-7269. So that's really what I had to share with you today, high level, let you know kind of about what our application window is and share with you a little bit about our process. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them, but if not, I will turn it back over to Jody.